Hello there my fellow YouTubers, welcome to the first episode of Binge Videos, where I bring delicious and tasty video content for your pleasure and your heart's content. In today's episode, we will be witnessing firsthand heroic and daring actions of the weak and small standing up against the strong and big. This is nothing short of inspirational, so brace yourself for a heart-pounding thrilling ride of rebellion and defiance. I dedicate this video to all the kids who have been bullied, abused, and oppressed by someone larger and stronger than them. First up in our list is number 5. We begin our top 5 list of the most badass fearless animals with a frog who saved the life of his companion at the very last minute of being halfway through the stomach of a dangerous hungry snake. Watch carefully as the snake begins to swallow the frog's legs first. My first reaction to this video was, what the fuck is wrong with this frog? Why does it just stand there? Certainly has plenty of room to get away. He probably saw the snake and said, "Mwah, you a tiny ass snake. I'm a bad big motherfucker. I'm bad for you." But then my poor 4th grade scientific skills of deduction kicked in, immediately realizing that the frog is completely immobilized due to its back legs, which is where 90% of their mobility and power comes from, are clamped in the snake's jaw. Watch the snake as he struggles to gulp the rest of the frog down. If we watch mindfully, we can observe how this frog's rare salvation was in his 2 front legs obstructing the snake's jaw from swallowing the rest of them. Indeed, this is shocking. Keep in mind that a frog's front legs can easily extend forward, but to everyone's surprise, the frog kept his last 2 remaining legs tucked close to his sides, instinctively fighting and consciously resisting to save his life. As it croaked and croaked, most likely sending a distress call for nearby help. But will anyone come to their rescue, especially another frog to rescue him from a carnivorous vicious snake? Who I ask, will be courageous and crazy enough with nerves of steel to put their own life at risk? I leave you to watch the rest of this video. Enjoy. Amazing! That was an intense video to watch, but let's just see the few seconds of the last part. We can see here that the frog, after minutes of fighting against the forces of nature and against all odds, is exhausted and depleted of all of its energy. But with one last push, with what little strength remains of it, manages to push more than half of its body outside the snake's deadly jaw, enough for a fighting chance once more. Then, just when no one expected it, one of his companions emerges from the water, shooting up into the snake, headbutting it to loosen the fatal bite it had on its friend. It's so beautiful to see that miracles not only exist in our world, but it also exists in the world that we do not see. The animal kingdom is filled with miracles and heroes happening all around us. If animals and creatures can risk their own life to save another, so can we. Next up in our countdown is number 4. As a rat scavenges for food, he is soon face to face with a cat, half by time his size. But instead of retrieving and making a run for it, he takes the first aggressive initiative to engage and chase not only one cat, but 4 massive cats just chilling in the hood with the homie. Suddenly, the rat plunges into the group of cats, scattering and even scaring the complete shit out of one of them. The cats are left confused, not sure whether this rat is up for the menu or a date. However, the alpha male is not easily threatened and pursues the chase, but soon finds out that his would-be meal has the heart of a cat and simply refuses to be bullied and eaten. The rat manages to eat every cat one by one. We can see the shocking results of what happens when a rat eats a steady diet of cats and everything else in its path, including the attempt to eat humans. Up next, number 3. A lion herd prepares to devour a group of buffaloes in Cougar National Park located in Africa. One of the lions gets the first hunt and manages to overtake and subdue a small defenseless male buffalo by the ass. Astonishing enough, 2 other buffaloes run to the rescue, in the process flipping the lion 5 meters into the air. For thousands of years, buffaloes have been hunted and devoured by lions, but today the buffaloes have had enough and intervene to save one of their own pack member who's up for some lion meat. Number 2. Here we have a poor defenseless mongoose, one of nature's vicious hunter versus the kings of the wild. This furry ball is scared to his wits when 4 ferocious lions try to consume him for their meal. But as scared as the mongoose might be, he musters up every bit of courage in him and fends off the opportunistic lions. Thanks to his heart of valor and his courage to stand up against 4 lion bullies, he lives to see another day and tell a great survival story to his grandkid. Finally, what we all been waiting for, number 1. Sit back folks, this one is going to grab you by the horns and give you the ride of your life. In my years, I have witnessed many incredible daring feats of fearless actions that defy human comprehension. But of all of them, this one gives me the shivers of excitement and shocking disbelief. The terrier jumps into the field when he sees that a man is being bulldozed across the field and horned up the ass. Watch as the 2,000-pound bull of steel is dominated by a 50-pound aggressive terrier of pure sheer willpower and fearlessness, with balls bigger than the bull's and even any other man that I've seen. Notice how the terrier, with his deadbolt biting power of sheer pressure, bites on the bull's face and does not let go. The bull attempts to wildly shake off the dog like a rag doll, but the terrier is having none of it. He does not release the bull until the man is cleared to safety. Incredible! Only on Binge Videos. Wow! I almost shed my pants on that last video, but that's for a different episode. Let's see what we have learned today from the courageous actions of the small and the weak, but fearless at heart. 1. Bullies pick on the small not because they are physically weak, but because they let themselves. Stand up and fight for your rights. You are a human being and you need to let them know that. 2. When bullies see that the victim has a defensive mentality, they will be less motivated to continue. If a punching bag were to have arms and punch back, there will be a lot less boxers in this world. Don't be a punching bag, and if you're going to be one with arms and punch back. Remember to swing low. 3. If all else fails, just pay a bigger bully to pick on your bully. Nah, just plain, scratch the last one. But seriously, we can learn a lot from watching the behaviors of animals that can be extended onto human behavior. We must learn from them if we are not willing to learn from each other. Just because you are small and look weak does not mean you are. Your body might be, but your mind is free to be whatever it wants. If you know of someone getting bullied or you yourself are being bullied, defend yourself. It does not necessarily mean you must use violence, but it does mean that whatever actions you take show that you will not be a subject of oppression. Well, that's all, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys. Stay tuned for some more heart-pounding videos. Subscribe if you are excited to see what the future of this channel holds. I recommend it.